how China defeated the Jewish capital 30 years ago. That's the story today. You know the Jewish control the mainstream media, right? That's why the communist China has never had a positive image in Western press. To this day, Jewish capitalists still harbor deep resentment toward China. In the 1990s, following the sudden collapse of the Soviet Union, Jewish capital, led by figures like George Soros, faced no major opposition. Wall Street financiers wielding vast sums of money ran rampant across the globe. In 1992, they successfully attacked the British pound, profiting $1.5 billion in a single month and forcing the UK to exit the European exchange rate mechanism. In 1994, Soros targeted the Mexican peso, crushing its financial system and setting Mexico back 5 years. And by 1997, Soros reached the peak of his career, shorting Thailand, Malaysia, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Myanmar, letting over $10 billion in profits. Emboldened by his success, Soros set his sights on Hong Kong, Asia's financial hub, aiming to destroy its monetary system as his crowning achievement. At that time, Hong Kong had just returned to Chinese sovereignty, and the international community was rife with pessimism. How could a westernized Pearl of Orient, steeped in capitalist culture for a century, withstand the influence of a still developing socialist nation, which is China, of course? Doubts and mockery were everywhere, and Soros shared this skepticism. He knew China stood behind Hong Kong, but he believed that China, still in its early stages of reform and opening up, lacked the financial muscle to defend it. So Soros and his allies amassed over $100 billion and descended upon Hong Kong like wolves, preparing for an all-out assault on its economy. This battle would become one of the most monumental financial wars in modern history. But who is George Soros first? He is a Hungarian-born Jewish financier. Soros was a currency speculator and capital titan whose wealth surpassed the GDP of 42 UN member states. He pioneered the reflexivity theory, a strategy of multidimensional financial attacks that allowed him to devastate economies across South America and Southeast Asia in the 1990s, earning him billions. But how Soros' attack strategy worked? Take his assault on Thailand as an example. Step 1. Exploiting fixed exchange rates. Thailand pegged its currency, the baht, at 25 baht to $1. Soros borrowed 25 billion baht from Thai banks, using it as collateral to exchange for $1 billion. Step 2. Triggering a run on the currency. He repeatedly borrowed baht, sold it for dollars, and flooded it to the market. As panic spread, people rushed to dump baht for dollars. Step 3. Forcing devaluation. Thailand's dollar reserves dried up, forcing it to abandon the fixed rate. The baht plummeted from 25 to 50 per dollar. Soros repaid his 25 billion baht debt with just $500 million, pocketing a $500 million profit. So now we can talk about a Hong Kong shutdown. Soros attempted the same playbook in Hong Kong, but this time China was ready. So what is the counterattack of China? Instead of letting Hong Kong's currency collapse, Beijing deployed its $140 billion foreign reserve to buy Hong Kong dollars, stabilizing the exchange rate. Then mainland China started the stock market defense. When Soros shorted Hong Kong stocks, mainland China intervened, buying shares to prop up the market. Hong Kong raised the interest rates dramatically, making it prohibitively expensive for speculators to maintain their short positions. The result? Soros lost $1 billion in a single day. His empire retreated in humiliation. What we should take reference from the victory of China? First, China has some kind of financial resilience. Unlike Thailand or Mexico, China had the resources and will to fight back. Second, while Jewish capital crushed weak economies, it failed against a disciplined sovereign financial system. Countries should learn from that too. And finally, this battle marked the moment Wall Street realized that China could not be bullied financially, so smear it with media is an option, which they've been doing that all day long. Today, as the US imposes tariffs and financial warfare on nations like India and more, only China retaliated decisively. The 1997 Hong Kong battle wasn't just a financial victory with Jews, it was the first domino in the collapse of unipolar Western financial dominance. And now, as more nations look to China's model, the era of unchecked Jewish capital is fading, and the United States of Jews are the same. The world is becoming multipolar, and even India, Modi confirmed that he will visit China late this month, since his last visit is 7 years ago. So new story is on the way. Follow me, more stories to come.